Hello! It has been ages since I have filmed, so we'll see if I remember how to do this. Today I am going to show you my monthly empties. I do empties every 4 months, so this is 4 months worth of empties in here. And if you are curious, after I go through this, I will tell you where I've been the last couple months. I know I haven't been here, and I'm sorry, but sometimes life gets in the way. But I'm going to start here, and that way you don't have to listen to my sob story if you don't care. This is 4 months of empties, and I don't feel like it's quite as much as I had last time, but it is something at least, and I want to get through them and so I can throw them out. So I'm just going to reach in and we'll see what we find. I finished a body lotion. This is Philosophy Unconditional Love. This came in a set. I got the perfume and a little hand lotion. I don't know how to describe this scent. It just smells like perfumey soap. Not in a bad way. It's a light scent. It's a nice scent. It doesn't really smell like floral or I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. I went through this Dr. Dennis Gross all-in-one cleansing foam. This was in my shower for quite a while, and I only used it maybe once or twice a week. I did feel like it was pretty stripping, so I really kind of only used it when, sometimes if I don't wear makeup, then I won't wash my face that night, so like the next day I'll use this instead. I don't know. I didn't love it, and I probably wouldn't recommend it. I am throwing away, so I'm going to call it an empty, my sponge from the Real Techniques line. It's falling apart. It's disgusting. It needs to go. So I have a new one, and I'm just going to open that instead. I have a little sample of a Murad moisturizer. This is the Hydrodynamic Ultimate Moisture. Step 3, Hydrate Protect. This reminded me a lot in terms of texture of the Laneige Water Bank Moisture Cream that I was using last time. I think I finished that in my last empties, and I loved that. It's very light. It feels watery, but it's still quite moisturizing. It soaks in easily, but I bet the Laneige is cheaper. Anyway, I liked it, but I think that's probably a cheaper alternative. This is the All My Oil-Free Eye Makeup Liquid Remover. I don't remember when I bought this, which means it has been years? Years. Yep, years. I have no idea. No clue. It's super oily and I didn't enjoy it, which is why it took me so long to get through. The Aveeno Calming Body Wash. It smells like lavender and some other flowers and stuff. I bought this when I took my parents on a cruise last summer of 2015, because I didn't have any body wash. I had just run out, and we went out, and this was the only thing we could find. It was a weird night. I don't know. Was I blind? Did that drugstore just not have body wash? It was strange. Anyway, it smells like lavender and sleepy time, and that's nice sometimes, but sometimes I don't really want to fall asleep right after I shower. But anyway, this is a huge bottle. This was 16 fluid ounces. This one was 8. But I probably went through this one faster because I liked it more. This is a creamier body wash than the Philosophy was. I finished a deodorant. Yes, I did put my deodorant in here. This was Sexy Intrigue from Degree. And it smelled really musky. I always felt like when I wore this, I smelled sweatier. But smelling it right now, it kind of reminds me of the Japanese Cherry Blossom scent at Bath & Body Works. So if you like that, you might enjoy this. This doesn't look empty if you just look at it, but it totally is, I swear. This is the Outlast Stay Fabulous 3-in-1. Like, there's a little bit down at the bottom, but there's not enough liquid left to get it out. So yeah, it is, if not empty, it is done. This is in the shade 805, which is the lighter shade. I do have another one of these. Yeah, I like this stuff. I use it a lot. Batiste Dry Shampoo. I have another one of these somewhere too, but I hated this scent. This is the Floral Flirty Blush scent. I hate it. It smells like powdery old grandma floral. Ugh. I have a sample of Returning Starfish Cream, which when I first started reading Asian Beauty, this was the it thing to have, so I bought a little sample thing of it. And I don't get it. I mean, it's fine. It's a really interesting texture, but it didn't change my life in any way. So there's a little sample tube of Returning Starfish Cream from Mizon. How do you say that name? And the last thing, I really didn't have very much, is the Brow Beater from Urban Decay. It is very empty. The spoolie is nice in this one. The pencil itself is nice, but this was a warmer shade. This was warm brown, and I really needed taupe, but I got it in gratis, so I couldn't really return it and get the right shade. So I worked my way through it, but I think I would have liked it a lot better if I had the right shade of it. So those are all of the things that I've worked through in the last 4 months, but in my defense, the last 2 months I have just not been living my normal life at all. I am finally getting back into something that resembles normal. My parents don't live here in town with me. They live 2 hours away from where I am. And they were coming into town in July because my sister-in-law was flying in from Japan because my brother and she live there. And they got in a really bad car accident. Everyone's fine now, thank goodness, but, well, ish. My mom broke, like, the top 3 inches of her tibia, which is, I'll show you my leg. She broke, like, this much of her leg, and it was not just broken, but completely shattered. So that happened more than a month ago. It was, like, mid-July, and she is still non-weight-bearing. She just went home last week, so she got in an accident, and then she spent, like, 2 weeks in a hospital, and she spent, like, 4 weeks, maybe, I don't know, several weeks in a rehab center, and my dad lived with us the whole time because he actually lives 2 hours away from here, so if he wanted to go see her every day, then that was the best option. So my dad was living with me, and I was driving back and forth to visit my mom every day because it was summer, so I wasn't working, so I could go see her, and it was ridiculous. I'm glad that I could be there for her, and I'm glad that I could see my dad so much. I'm glad that it worked out, but it did definitely disrupt every aspect of my life for well over a month. And she finally went home last week, so Dad has moved out. We finally have the house back. I have cleaned, and I just feel so much better about my life situation. I mean, I miss them, and I don't begrudge them at all being here, but, you know, it's just when stuff is so different, it's really hard to act like it isn't, you know? So I just kind of had to reshuffle my priorities, and this didn't really make the cut, so sorry about that. And even now, I feel like I should tell you this, I am trying to still settle into a new routine because last year I was working at Sephora on Mondays and then teaching Monday through Friday afternoons, and I have left Sephora, and I'm now accompanying at a middle school here in town in the mornings. I accompany one of their choirs, and then I get to do a bunch of choral library stuff, which still gives me that organization fix that I was getting at Sephora, and then I'm teaching in the afternoon still. So I'm kind of getting used to that new routine. I'm working from like 7 to 9 in the morning, go to the gym, take a nap, eat lunch, do my hair, do my makeup, and then go teach, which I don't know how this is going to fit in. I think I might have to film on the weekends maybe if I get used to that. But anyway, I am not at Sephora any longer, so I do have over here on that side of the room a whole bunch of stuff, like my last 2 gratis hauls and the stuff that I bought this summer. So I'm going to film a gratis / haul soon, but that will be my last gratis. I will not be getting any more because I don't work there anymore, which is weird. I was at Sephora for almost 3 years, and it was a great experience. I really loved working there, but where I am now is very, very good, and I'm very excited about my future there. So I also, as you can see, rearranged. You are now in my closet. You were over here before, but then my table was like at an angle. It was just giving me real anxiety. So we're gonna try this for a little bit. I don't know, we'll see. Everything is very in flux right now, but hopefully settling down. So anyway, thanks for listening to me ramble. If you made it all the way through this, I really appreciate it. I'm going to try and upload at least once a week here in the future and get back into things. Hopefully eventually it'll be twice a week, but we'll see what happens. And if you don't follow me on Twitter or Instagram, you definitely should, because I have talked about these things there a little bit. So if you were curious, that would be the place to find me. I'm just at Look Lovely Laura on both of those as well. And of course, subscribe. Give me a thumbs up if you want to, if you enjoyed this, if you just want to say that you're okay with me leaving for 2 months, and I'm sorry, but I'm back. And yeah, it was good to talk to you again, and I'll talk to you later. Bye!